Hey, welcome back lads. So there has been some massive leaks about Call of Duty Black Ops 6 which has shown us gameplay, images and information about pretty much all of the multiplayer maps that are going to be in this game, and that includes DLC maps, remastered maps and some unexpected returning maps. So yeah, let's break all of that down. There's a lot, so I don't even know where to start. So yeah, this may be one of the biggest leaks in Call of Duty history because people are just straight up playing the game early right now. Basically, it would seem that the Call of Duty HQ app was updated early with the Black Ops 6 multiplayer beta, and not anyone can access it, but people with jailbroken PS4s, and there are other ways to access it. I'm not 100% sure how that works, but that's not important. The important thing is that people already have access to the Black Ops 6 multiplayer beta and are streaming gameplay and everything, so yeah, nice. But as I said, I want to focus on the multiplayer maps, and there is quite a lot going on here, so I want to break it down into different lists. So I want to start off with all the remastered and returning maps because I think that might be the most important and interesting thing to leak. Like, all of these will be DLC maps, I guess, so all of these remastered maps can be found in the files of the game, but they can also be found as locations in the new Warzone map Avalon for Black Ops 6. Yeah, there is also that leaked gameplay of someone flying around an early, like an unfinished version of this Black Ops 6 Warzone map, and the fact that a lot of the locations in that map are multiplayer maps scattered around the place reminds me a lot of the Blackout map from the Black Ops 4 Battle Royale. So it's interesting to see Dig, which was a DLC map in Black Ops 2 that is returning, but that was actually a remake of Courtyard from Call of Duty World at War. But the most interesting thing here, the most interesting map I think returning, is Fringe from Black Ops 3 because, well, that was a jetpack game, and also this was leaked a long time ago, maybe even last year, but no one realized until now. If you remember, there was a leaked list of Black Ops 6 multiplayer maps a long time ago, and one of the maps was called Veiled, but we all kind of assumed that was like a new map. But then in this recent leak, that map showed up again but labeled as a remastered map, so I went through to look and I was like, oh, Veiled is the code name or the console name from Fringe from Black Ops 3. So yeah, that's strange that it was public information and yet no one realized until now. And yeah, I wonder how a jetpack game map is going to translate over to a boots on the ground game, but I think Fringe itself would work pretty well because it isn't like too much where you need a jetpack to get around. Here is a graphic I made to show off all of the brand new maps that will launch with Black Ops 6. We saw a bunch of them back at the reveal. Some other maps don't have images because I cannot show the leaks, or even despite the leaks, we have not seen every single map, and some of them we only know their names, so this is what we have so far. The gameplay leaks have revealed the new map Protocol, which was previously known as Island, so I can't show anything from it, but this map Protocol kind of almost reminds me of Gibraltar from COD World War II, but a bit smaller, and that is a bit of a theme that we see here with all the maps, is every single map we have seen is small, or even the medium-sized maps like Protocol is like somewhere between small and medium. Out of all the maps and all the gameplay we have seen, Protocol is probably the biggest map that we have seen so far, but it's still smallish. The size is comparable. I would compare it to like something like Moscow from Cold War, or maybe Summit from like all the Black Ops games. So yeah, they are all pretty much smallish in size. Now the maps that we have not seen gameplay of or the full layout of is Canal. I'm not sure if that's the map's actual name, but we saw clips of it, just clips at the reveal. There is the Vorkuta map and a map called Stealth, the airbase map. So basically only 3 maps. Oh, and Pillage, the Palace map. So basically 4 maps that we have not seen yet. We saw a bunch of small random clips from the Canals map at the reveal, but it's really hard to tell what the map is actually like from a bunch of random clips, but just from that I do think it might be kind of a bit bigger in size because there seems to be a lot to it, but at the same time it still seems very close quarters, if that makes sense. It's one of those maps where it's like maybe a bit bigger but still not really big open areas or long lines of sights, so maybe it kind of reminds me of Greece from MW3. And apart from that, we don't have any gameplay of any of the other unrevealed maps, but some of those locations do come from campaign missions. like in some of the campaign gameplay and trailers and stuff. We saw the Iraq Palace, and that is the map Pillage in multiplayer. We saw the Vorkuta campaign mission 2, which is probably just going to be copy and pasted into multiplayer as the Vorkuta map. So maybe these will be the bigger maps, I'm not sure, but I do kind of hope so, because I just think it's always good to have variety, you know? If every single map is small, then it would get a bit boring, and the idea of these small chaotic maps like Nuketown, you know, they're not so special anymore if every single map is like that. But apart from that minor issue of just a bunch of small maps, I don't think there's any real complaints that I have. It's good to see 16 brand new maps in the Black Ops game, which is a record, and it's also good to see that the DLC will feature remasters from like across the entire Black Ops series, including Black Ops 4 and 3, and yeah, I don't think we've seen any Black Ops 3 maps being remastered into a boots on the ground game, and also I don't think we've seen any of the Black Ops 4 maps remastered yet. I wonder if we'll get any Cold War remasters. Maybe. But yeah, that's about that. So stay spicy, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.